How are you?
I am doing great. You know, country's gone to hell, but I've never been better.
So let me ask you this. Jesse Jackson is coming down to Dallas to now stand up for those people who are being quarantined because they're being discriminated against, and the people who are living in that area they feel they're being discriminated against. This is something that I talked about last week. I said, as soon as it happened, I said, this is going to happen to the minority communities, the immigrant communities first. And when it happens, because we're not stopping the air travel, when it happens, they'll quarantine and they'll start crying racism. It's already happening, Mark. Political correctness is literally going to kill us.
Jesse Jackson's going to meet these people?
Yeah. No.
Is he going to meet the people with Ebola?
No. He's going down to stand with the community that feels that they're being discriminated against because.
Well, why doesn't he stand with the people who have Ebola?
I think I know where you're going, and
no, I'm not going to. I mean, seriously, these are people who are predominantly minorities.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Liberia was settled by American slaves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The capital is Monrovia, named after Monroe. We do have an attachment to that country. I happen to favor banning all flights from that country right now. But if Jesse Jackson really was a serious peace activist and love activist or whatever activist he is, it's easy to stand with people who are complaining. How about standing with people who actually are sick? Put on one of those uniforms, one of those hazmat outfits.
Yeah. Yep.
Stand with those folks. What's he complaining about? What's the problem now? What are we doing to people?
Well, the people who are being quarantined are black. And
African and minority and poor, and the community is saying that when they go out, if they say, well, I don't even know the name of the community here in Dallas, but it's about 25,000 people. It's a very tight community of mainly African minority, African immigrants. And when people are saying, I'm from this area, apparently they're being shunned now. But, I mean, honestly, Dallas is being shunned. What'd you say?
Easy resolution of this. I think we move the Dallas International Airport to Plano. That's what we do. So when people come in from all over the world with various whatevers, they're in a predominantly white community. Why don't we do that?
Can you think of a reason, an honest reason, that we have not banned the flights from West Africa yet? Why we're not stopping this?
No, I think this is absolute insanity. And, well, it's obviously Obama, and the reasons are obvious because he doesn't appear to be conducting himself in a way that discriminates against content.
You know what's really crazy, Mark? It took him about all of 30 seconds to ban flights to the state of Israel.
Oh, I know.
He banned flights to Israel over a suspected rocket launch that missed the plane. And he banned flights for almost a week, really did damage to the country of Israel. This time, we have actual Ebola in our own hometowns, and he's not banning any flights. Won't even consider it.
You're exactly right. But this Jesse Jackson thing is really annoying me. If Jesse Jackson really was a civil rights leader, he'd be marching on the White House. He'd be marching on Harry Reid's office about high unemployment against minorities in this country, about what the centralized government and socialism does to the minority communities. He's such a complete fraud and hack. But he won't do those things. So here he's trying to take advantage of what could be a catastrophe at some point. And he knows full well the reason for this, because this guy flew into the Dallas airport. He stayed in that particular apartment. This guy, Duncan, is responsible for where all these things happened. Nobody else. Seriously, if he had flown to Minneapolis and went to the North Country and decided to settle in there, we'd have a whole completely different situation going on in terms of the population. But these people live and drink and breathe racism. It's a really sickness as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's always cheery talking to somebody else who sees the world much the same way that I do. Mark, thank you so much. It's good to talk to you.
It's a pleasure. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
This is the actual explanation, the closest I've been able to get, as why we don't ban flights. Quote, you isolate them, you can cause unrest in the country.
it's conceivable that governments could fall if you just isolate them completely.
Oh, come on.
We're not talking about isolating the country. We're talking about stopping flights and air travel from that part of the world. You don't even want to stop them. Great. Here's what you do. You have to stop here and you live in an isolation chamber for 25 days until we know that you are healthy. When you're healthy, you can come on in. But why even worry about the airports when you can get across the border? I'm telling you, we have the cure for Ebola. And don't think that the world didn't notice that. You notice that we're not really talking about this miracle cure. It's truly a miracle cure. Why are we not making a bigger deal out of this? Because our borders are wide open. You don't want the rest of the world knowing that we have this cure, because if I'm diagnosed with Ebola, as soon as I think I have it, if I have the resources, I'm getting my butt over to the United States of America and I'm getting into a hospital here. I'm getting out of any dirtbag country I'm in and I'm going to the place that has a cure. Our borders are going to be the death of us. Our political correctness will be the death, literally the death of us. This is not xenophobia or racism or anything else. It's common sense. So Pat just found the path to Mark Levin, and now he can't get no.
I can't get Sean Hannity.
I can't get Sean Hannity.
Trying to. I got Laura Ingraham too. I figured out how to get her. So it's kind of fun.
We should get Laura Ingraham. Nice. Let's see if we can get Laura Ingraham
on the phone.
To get Laura Ingraham. I don't think it's possible.